Welcome back, YouTubers, to Father and Son's Train Room. I'm Tommy and this is
Cody.
Alright, we're back and we're going to start today. We're going to start gluing down the styrofoam. I'm going to do a quick showing how I'm going to glue it down. I'll get 3 pieces glued down, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how I glue down the last piece and show you what I discovered while setting everything up. Then after that, we're going to start installing the risers. I'm going to show you my hot glue gun. It's a low temp glue gun. I got it from Hobby Lobby. Our local, say, model train shop, store, the closest one's a good 45-minute drive from here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not going to be driving there every time we need something for the layout, unless it's something to do with maybe track or engines or wiring. And wiring is the DCC components that we're going to install, and maybe some switches to control the switches and stuff.
We already have that stuff, remember?
Well, we got some, but we're gonna modify it, son.
No, alright.
But anyway, I'm going to pause the video and we're going to come back and I'll have the camera in my hand and we're going to show you a few things. Stay tuned. Yeah, alright, welcome back, YouTubers. Alright, we went ahead and started gluing down. I got 3 of the 4 glued down. I use just regular wood glue. Just something like Type Bond 2 premium wood glue. It's not going to hurt your foam. Now you wouldn't want to use this to glue down everything else, but just to glue this down to the plywood, I just use that. Now what we're going to do is, these side pieces here, they don't line up exactly just perfect. Okay, so I might just come back and trim this little section off, but I am lining up the lines at the seam. And as you come over here, here's your seam running right down through here. This line's not perfect, but that line back there is right there. So it's still a little drying right now. I'm going to pull that on in just a little bit, not much, just enough to, there we go. Now keep an eye on it, because you know, as the glue's drying and the temperature changing, it can shift on you. Now this last piece right here, I do not have it glued down yet. We're going to demonstrate that here in just a second. It's real simple. Just a light coat. Don't even have to smear it. Just get it on there. Just, not too thick, just thin. And I'm thinking the problem we're going to have is we're going to have this one gap right here where you see right here, this piece does not come out the same as that piece. But you see it's overlapping over here. If I was to push this, but then all these lines will get off, and then I'm going to have to track that as I'm building layout. So I'd rather just come back, trim that off, and this ain't going to matter. You're not going to see it. It's underneath everything. The pieces are still going to come in right. I've laid a 9-inch piece in here. I'll show you. Let's get a 9-inch track. See right there, it lines right up to that line, right up to that line, so it's still 9 inches. If I was to bring that in, then that track would be sitting more crooked like that, and then it would overlap the 2 lines. So given that said, let's get right on to it. We'll slide that piece out of the way, and we'll just something to hold it still, hold it firm to the tabletop, and like I said, it ain't gonna take a whole lot. Wood glue, it's just as strong as wood. Hard to see all that. And yes, guys, my camera is not HD. This is a poor boy's layout room right here now. We're going to hopefully upgrade to a better quality in the future, but as for now, it is what it is. So We'll come right here and we'll make sure them lines line up. These 4 lines right here line up. And they all look pretty good. Come right here, make sure these lines line up. And like I said, you're gonna have to push down on it, get it smeared in good, flattened out. If you want to put some weights on there, that's fine. Maybe a few little heavy books. And once you get it going, set, this right here ain't moving no more, and it ain't been but 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And these right here, I mean, if I was to force it, yes, it would move, but just put my hand on it, it's not moving. This one still will move a little bit as I put my hand on it. You see now, running down these seams, they're pretty flush right here. That's good. The back seam's pretty flush. It's just these 2 pieces are off. The print is off on these 2 pieces. So like I said, I'd rather just go ahead and take my hot foam, run down the side of that hot foam cutter, run down the side of that, smooth that edge up. Now you notice though, it does come out a 1/4 inch shy of being 8 foot. Let's throw a tape measure on that and we'll just look. It's close to 8 foot. Now this plywood, I did notice, because I do have a little bit of a lip right here, was a little over 8 foot. I don't know if that's because it's sanded. Maybe they cut them a little bigger when they're sanded. But you see, that's right at 8 foot. So yeah, we're 8 foot. That corner back there I don't really care about, because that corner is going to be eventually pushed up towards that end of the side of the, and I'm not going to be expanding on this side. Only expansion is going to be on that end, so that end I made sure it was flush, and the front's flush going down through there, because I want to hang us a curtain on it. And oh yeah, that right there is already setting up. Well, we'll come back. We'll start putting risers down. All right, everybody, we're back. We got our trusty foam nails, tacks, whatever you want to call them here. And it says to line it up square, and you push down through the side down into the bottom piece. So this is going through and down to here, and we put a second one right over here. Very important that you get your first mark true and square like that. And then as it bends around, we got to line it up inside the lines like this. Oh yeah. Stick it down through. Now as you notice, you see the weaving in and out. That's always going to be at the top and the bottom. And your straight lines are always going to be on the sides. Please read instructions, because some of this stuff can be confusing if you've never done this before. I know us men have a hard time reading instructions sometimes, but it's very important, very important. I did see a video on installing risers, and now these will stretch some. So what I've done is, it didn't quite come out to the line just perfect. It's still off a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm going to come back now and give it a little bit of a stretch. Just a little. You know, different temperatures and stuff is going to cause it to shrink up. You know, the basement sure is cold. I have to turn the heater on every time I come down. Never leave my heater on while I'm not down here. Anyway, we'll put tacks on both sides. Yeah, you ain't got to get too crazy with the tacks unless it's a lot of turning. And you have it. I'm inside the lines. Tell you what, I'm going to bring the camera over and let you see this. how it's coming down and around, right down through there, right on the black line. Same thing on this side, right down to the black lines. I started at that black line and I've ended at that black line. So next we'll put in the next piece. Get y'all kind of turned so you can see. Now it's written right here. You don't have to go back to the manual every time. 1 inch riser, 1 inch riser. So it's going to stay 1 inch all the way through. Now the instructions does say to go ahead and make your track, place your track down on in sections so you test fit it. Well, since I'm not going to do 18 inch regular 18 inch radius pieces, I also going to be using flex track. That's really not going to affect. I will just make everything fit just like it's supposed to. But now if you don't have experience in any, I do have a little bit in laying track, you will need to install the track just to make sure it fits properly and everything before you get started. Always remember on the first section, put 2 pins where it starts. Then you start beaming around. Tell you what I'm going to do this time. I'm going to kind of freehand it around to where it goes, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this in, and then I'm going to make that fit.
I just can't see throughout Woodland Scenics technique of getting these foam nails down into the foam.
Just push and play.
Like plug and play, yeah.
Yeah. This foam's not hard to bend at all. It's real flexible. I'm using very little force. So I go a little bit more right here. But now that was real simple. I'm right here on the line. I meet up to this piece. I'm meeting up to this piece. And give it thought, guys. All this is going to be covered and plastered also. And then
every single part of this layout's going to be
every single part. It's going to be one big hard shell once it's all done and said.
No wonder why we have 6 packs of plaster.
Oh yeah, it comes with plaster cloth, and I mean a bunch of it.
Like we shown in the previous video.
Alright, I'm going to pause the video right here, save some recording time. I'm going to go ahead and install the last piece, and I'll come back and we'll start the gluing process. Alright, YouTubers, we're back. I've got the glue gun up and ready. It's hot, ready to go. This is a low temp glue gun. $7.99 Hobby Supply. Any hobby store, Joann's, Michael's,
Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, we picked this one up at Hobby Lobby. Some of them start at $15, $20. This one right here, I picked it up for $8. Comes with about 12 sticks. I went ahead and bought an extra pack of sticks. Probably gonna need more. A lot of gluing to do. So let's get started. Alright, I'm going to put a small faint line right here, just a small.
Hopefully it doesn't burn up the styrofoam.
No, it's not. That's why you get a low temp. And then you want to be generous because you want this to stick. Make sure it gets on both pieces.
Well, it's still a pretty high temperature though.
Oh, it's still hot enough to burn.
But high temp. If it was hot enough, I think we would probably set you on fire.
Oh yeah.
However, I think Miss Harper was using medium temp. I'm not sure.
There we go. We're already down to the first one. Reload.
Oh, that melts fast.
Oh yes. Don't take long. We got that part done. Now I brought me a piece of sheetrock here. I want to try to keep my glue gun from falling over and messing up the styrofoam. I want to do a few more and then we're going to pause the video. I'll do a little bit on this side and then we're going to pause the video and go ahead and finish up everything. But I just wanted you to see the first steps of gluing down. As long as you use your pins and make sure that everything's lined up, once this glue dries, it ain't going nowhere. And then once you put plaster cloth on all this, never throw away your instruction book, because you'll need to know exactly where these tracks go.
And
you'll want to need the instruction book, because once you put the risers down, you can't see what track goes where now. So make sure everything's touching on styrofoam to styrofoam while you're gluing everything too. Don't want no uneven road bed. If we want to put a degree in it to keep the trains looking natural on a track, because a natural railroad, when they go through a curve, the outside track is higher up than the inside track, what keeps the momentum and the center of gravity evened out so that it won't derail. Alright, I'm going to pause the video and continue gluing. See you next time. Alright, instruction says to stop right here with your 2-inch incline. You went from a 2 to 1, a 1, a 1 to 2 to right here. And from this point we go out 2 inches all the way back around to the overpass. This episode we're going to get everything glued in all the way to the overpass, and then we're going to start right back right here at that side right over there, and the overpass is right there where that styrofoam ends, right there. So let's get back to work gluing down the risers. Okay everybody, we're back. As you can see, we're over here at the bridge section. We're going to have to make a cut here over to here. This is where that line right there ends, right there. We're going to have to cut the riser to make it fit. Now I went ahead and nailed everything in. I've got all that glued out through there all the way back to right there. So we're going to continue going back into the tunnel area to that overpass right there. So we got our foam pencil here, and right there we need to cut just to that corner right there. We're going to just kind of do a little mark. So anyway, it's going to go from here to about center right there. So we're just going to cut right down through there, and that should be good. So I'll bring you back in just a second as we take this back off and cut it, then we'll put it back down and glue it on. Alright, we're back. I just have a regular old Styro Cutter Plus. It's a wand style. And right here is our mark. And it just zooms right on through. Get it right in, and that's done. Cut and done. Leaves a pretty good smooth little cut area. I didn't take it all the way off, as you can see. Comes right to the line. I ain't worried about that little gap because you notice we got a gap, we got a gap, it's all that don't matter. Alright, we'll get back to gluing. Well, there you have it. I got where this 9-inch worn truss bridge was going to go. We got that fixed up. It circles on around over to here and it stops right on that line. And right there is where the overpass will be for when they run through the tunnels. On the next episode, we'll continue going on through. We'll finish up all of this back to there. And when we get to that point, we're going to be installing our inclines and everything else. On the episode after that, I hope, and shortly, we'll be laying track and running wires. Until then, see you again.